11 News at 10 with Connie Todd, Jack Cafferty, Jerry Gerard, and Mr. G.
In an exclusive report, we told you about Death Canal, a Brooklyn canal so contaminated with raw sewage that people are starting to be afraid for their health. Glenn Thompson joins us again with some answers about Mill Basin from the Department of Environmental Protection. Glenn?
That's right, Connie. Tonight we do have some answers, but still a lot of questions about who's dumping what in Mill Basin.
Caught in the act, the Padgett sewage pumping station videotaped on camera just hours ago, dumping sludge in the waters of Brooklyn. The same sewer station many Mill Basin boaters and residents believe is responsible for poisoning their canal.
We've seen toilet paper and feces, floating on the surface of the water.
It's basically polluted. It has had a long history of various kinds of pollution spills.
The horseshoe crabs, which are a bottom animal, were floating on top of the water dead.
Mill Basin is gasping for its last breath. Millions of gallons of raw sewage being dumped into the canal along with toxins, turning the waterway, which is adjacent to Kings Plaza and million-dollar homes, into an open sewer. All of that, according to boat owner Peter Guba and many others here who filed numerous complaints to city and state officials. The boater blaming the Padgett sewage pumping station, which has a long record of illegal discharges of millions of gallons of raw sewage.
When do they dump the sewage out here?
They dump the sewage out almost always on the weekends. They start on Friday nights, okay? Usually when there's a high tide because it hides the pipes.
What was that?
The Farage family, who just bought a co-op in Mill Basin, was alarmed to hear last night's report on Channel 11 News that they may be living next to a toxic time bomb.
I'm very concerned, and I'm also very angry because I don't think this should be happening. And I have a small child, and I'm concerned for her welfare and her health. And I hope that all the city agencies involved in this thing get on the ball and start doing what they have to do.
The Department of Environmental Protection has been out here testing the waters for the past several months. Despite the claims of pollution, it insists that raw sewage isn't being dumped in Mill Basin.
There is not active human waste discharge into Mill Basin. That's erroneous.
John Melia, the assistant commissioner of the DEP, blames the sewage on dozens of illegal sewer connections in the area that he says are dumping millions of gallons of untreated waste.
The green, milky substance which people see, we can't explain. So in some respects, it's a mystery. However, we know that DEP is not responsible for discharging effluent into Mill Basin.
And who is?
As I said, it appears to be the illegal sewer hookups, which are in the area, and they are numerous.
They say they can't find evidence of sewage in here.
That's because they're doing it. And everyone down here knows that it's just too much for it to be anything else except the city doing it.
The Department of Environmental Protection says it will be back out testing the water tomorrow. They also say they are trying to track down all of the illegal sewer connections in the area, and they'll be shutting them down and issuing summonses. Of course, Jack and Cotty, we still don't know if that will solve the problem.
Well, we'll keep an eye on the story.
Yep.